Good morning, good afternoon and good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is episode number 50, I think. Yeah, I think we're on episode 50. Big 50, we've made it. And of course, to signify this achievement and this milestone, I'm obviously not wearing any AirPods, so I'm going to try and keep a loud voice for this video. But yeah, it just goes to show how much I learn and remember from making these videos. And I guess it also shows that I still yet have far to go in mastering this craft and remembering to put in these headphones. But regardless, yeah, episode 50. I need to go back and actually watch what I said in episode 1 and see the metrics that I said I would keep up with and try and track over the course of these videos. In terms of weight, I think I weighed myself yesterday at the end of the day, and I weighed in at 154 point. What was it? It was 154.6. So that's a kilo lost. No, 154. 105.4. That's what I really meant. 105.4 kilos. Which is a kilo less than what I weighed in at the week prior. And that's at the end of the day, so I'm hoping I'm staying at 104. That'd be really, really nice. But in terms of the gym, my cardiovascular health is obviously at an all-time high. Maybe not all-time in my entire life, but as in since I made this video, yeah, my cardio is massively increased. In terms of financial position, we're still relatively at the same place we were at when we started. In terms of my progression, we're sat at a similar sort of place, but I have a lot more clarity with my ideas and what I hope to achieve in the future, which is good because I'm more set and I'm more understanding of my goals. What else? I'm also planning to begin a streak, which I'm going to be held by my videos to track, and it's going to be a no-fap streak. I think it'll be good because I have a tendency to do well and I slip up. I know it seems so left field for this, but I think 50 is a good place to, because I've shown that I can stick to this for 50 episodes. So I guess with that, me connecting the two together would motivate me more to try and keep up with that streak. So yeah, I will mention it time to time, whether I've broken it, whether I've, not broken it. But yeah, that's just something I wanted to mention for 50, But yeah, in terms of my day today, food-wise, we ate 500 grams of turkey mince, 200 grams of rice, and a large handful of mixed veg. That was lunch. Breakfast was a breakfast bar, 200 calories, and then we had porridge for snack, 300 calories, so pretty much on track for that. No gym today, no run today, both recovery days. Tomorrow I've got a leg day and I'm still deciding whether I'm going to do a 6 kilometer run or a 4 kilometer run, because leg day doesn't necessarily mean I can't do 6 kilometers. It just means more that the following day when I need to do a run to tie up the week, or maybe I'll do it on the Saturday, I'm not quite sure yet, but the next time I do one, it's going to have to be the longer run if I choose to do 4 on leg day. So what I believe I'll do is I will wait until the actual day, so tomorrow, and then decide what distance I plan to do. I think that's the best way to do it, because then I'm not setting myself up for failure if I am saying now, oh yeah, I'll do 6k rough, hard leg day, or maybe even hurt myself in some way, shape or form, and just, I can't push myself when it comes to the run. In terms of musculature ability, because I think my cardiovascular ability is fine for running, it's just my pains in my legs and the aches and the niggles, that sort of thing. So yeah, that's that for food, and also I plan to have 10 eggs tonight for dinner. No bread. I think I'll just stop doing bread now because it doesn't really help. I don't need carbs before bed because I don't need energy. So I think I'm just gonna cut that out. Plus it's a lot of food. 10 eggs and the 2 slices of toast. It does help the eggs go down faster because I'm putting like 6 eggs in the sandwich. But it's something I can live without. And well, it's something I will include in my diet, but I will not have them unless I really, really need or really, really want them. Because I would rather have that 200 calorie, buffer zone than not have one at all and force extra calories in my body that I might not necessarily need. So those are my thoughts there. And yeah, so like I said, tomorrow is leg day, running as well. Tonight I've got the evening with my partner tonight, so I'm gonna go relax, catch up, and yeah, do it all again tomorrow. So that's the plan. But for 50 episodes, I just wanna, talk about the reason why I started this. Well, I said in the first video, the pilot episode, the reason why I started it. But that episode didn't come out great. The audio is fine. The audio is okay, not fine. The audio is okay, but it didn't come out the way I intended it to come out. So I'm just going to talk a little bit about the reason why I made this channel. Now that I'm 50 episodes in, and where I hope to go with this channel in the future, and also my current plans for business models, lifestyle models, and health models. So we'll start with why I made this channel. So I reached a point in my day-to-day life where I just found that I was wasting my evenings, wasting my drives, and just wasting my time in general, not trying to better myself, one, by motivating myself through this, and two, try and make an additional source of income, try and leave a positive mark on this world, try and build a community, try and make something of myself that wasn't just through my education and career, because I'm in a limbo right now for my career. I'm doing a role as a junior design engineer, but it's not necessarily in the field that I studied or that I want to be in. But regardless, it's still a source of income. It's still something that looks good on my CV. But the more and more I make videos and the more and more I research into making money in a non-traditional manner by going to work and instead making money online, the more and more I find myself falling out of love with, not even falling out of love, because I never fell in love with working. Unless you really like your job, who loves working with someone else, And I found more now that I've become attached to the notion of freedom, and my goal with this channel and with this exposure is to become free from become free from working, really. And not just working in the sense that I don't want to work, I want to be lazy. More in the sense of become free financially, become free in terms of world. I can travel anywhere I want to. I've always enjoyed traveling. I actually grew up traveling. I was younger. And because of that, I kind of long to travel, and I really want to go traveling, but the trouble is that I just noticed there's two elderly gentlemen in police uniforms standing on a very, very sharp corner trying to catch people out for speeding in a forest, windy road. Nice. Anyways, like I was saying, so yeah, I just wanted to make something of myself in the sense that put content out there, try and share some of my information, which is limited but growing at the same time, and just try and make a world a better place. Try and make something of myself, try and put good content out there, try and build a community of like-minded people who are also introverts. That was really the start of this, is because I wanted to break out my shell just a little bit, not become this extroverted guy who talks to everyone, but just work on my linguistics, how I speak, not stuttering, and also just generally, trying to become more articulate, trying to better myself by making myself accountable, putting myself on the internet where anyone can see you, and just all in all, really just trying to make something of myself, more outside of what is traditionally expected, not through my career, not through my professional career, and not through my education. Something completely aside from that, something where I can make it off my own back, with support from people who watch my videos and support me, just wanting to make something more of myself, which is the reason why I started this channel. And I just went on a whole monologue there. I'm not sure if I remember what I said, but I'm pretty sure I said finance models. So in terms of what I want to be doing, in terms of that, I obviously want to work, and I believe as a man, your life should majority consist of work, and should not really consist of much outside of work. And like at least 8 hours, 10 hours of your day should be focused on making money, putting yourself and your family in a better financial position, and in general just working hard on something, because really a man without a purpose and a goal to achieve is a shell of himself. And that's part of the reason why I wanted to make this account, to try and make something of myself financially as well, because obviously it's very lucrative. You see all those videos out there of these content creators, and obviously they have their own way. Sometimes it's just a timing thing, sometimes it's just a studying and knowing the game thing, having mentors, things like that. But really, I just wanted to make something of myself in the digital workspace, where I could put in the time to make online businesses, make these systems that can generate me cash flow without me having to put much into them, but more me building up the system, building a team, things like that. Because my washing fluid is very, very low. Yeah, building a team, things like that, where I built this thing that isn't a physical thing, even though yes, I would love a physical business, like a real estate business, where I could actually see the homes, the development, things like that, which obviously you can get to a point like that once building capital. And currently, in this day and age, the best way to build capital, build notoriety, and also build wealth is in the digital landscape, because it's so accessible. And from what I've seen, it's so easy, and what people have said, it's so easy to build wealth organically online. So yeah, that's my financial goal. Specifically, I'm currently looking at short form content from a faceless account. And I'm saying this now, and obviously that's what I'm looking at. It's been a timing thing where I haven't been able to find the time, and also a effort thing as well. I'm not 100% certain how the model works, but with a lot of things you just have to do it, and then if it works, it works. If it doesn't, you just try harder or give up. But I'm not the type to give up, and nor do I want to, because now moving on to my life goals, I'm a person that I have a very, very strong attention span, and I can focus on something too much. I have an addictive personality in the sense of things, not with food sometimes. I'm not a drug taker who is addicted to alcohol, addicted to drugs. That's not me. I'm more of an addictive personality in the sense of things that give me pleasure, I become addicted to, and things that I enjoy, I become addicted to. For example, I won't say addicted, but I fell in love with The Walking Dead, the TV show. And I was watching episodes from like 10 in the morning till 4 in the morning straight. No breaks, just watch the episodes, staying at home. This was actually my first year of university. And I didn't go to any lectures for a good 3 months. Well, I went to a few where I wouldn't watch the important lectures, but I didn't really go. Oh, bug just landed on my screen and put blood everywhere. Lovely. But yeah, didn't really go to lectures and just literally kept on watching Walking Dead until I finished it. And then after that, I kind of felt empty. And then I latched on to something else. I was going to the gym. I was actually doing quite well in terms of my physique because I did a massive cut the year before during that COVID year. And yeah, it was just a case of I have a very addictive personality with the things I do. Like with the running, I'm really, really loving running. Like with Duolingo, like I'm addicted to pushing that. But sometimes when the signals aren't put in front of me, I tend to lose sight of the goal. For example, like making this faceless content account that would produce short form content. With that, my idea was to make the account and then make it quite simple in terms of banner, logo, account name, things like that. And I was going to post my plan initially when I was hooked onto the idea, which I was making at 2 o'clock in the morning, which is my fault, was to make this account and post 5 short form videos a day on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube on Shorts. That's my plan, and short form content is very, very easy to make. You know, you just choose your background scene, and you choose the content on there, depending on what it was. Unless you were recording the short form video, then that would take a little more effort. I was going to go for a low effort but volume approach. To make the content good, low time required, and just have a low volume for exposure. That was my plan. And the second I fell more in love with this, making these videos and making, doing work, gym, running, I just completely lost sight of the goal. So my thing I need to work on in the next 50 days is making my goals and my realistic, well, not opportunities, but making my tasks to do for the goal more realistic and achievable. I think that's really, really important, because about a year ago I wrote out a list of everything I wanted to do every single day, and that list had things like practice nunchucks for 10 minutes a day, practice chess for 30 minutes a day, practice French for 30 minutes a day, go on runs six times a week, do this for this time, do this for this time, play my flag trivia game for this time, play general trivia games for this time. And it was very systematic, but the second I finished writing this sheet, and I've said in previous videos before, I'm very much a planner. I like to plan things, and I like these being perfect before I start them. But I need to get out of that mind frame where instead of planning, I just do it. Do it, and then once you do it and you've kind of got a routine, make a plan and then refine it. I genuinely think that's the best way to do these things. And because I just wrote this plan out and put it in a sheet of paper, and then put that sheet of paper in a folder with other ideas I have, and then put that folder in a drawer when I was cleaning my room out. I just completely forgot that I said I was going to do these things. And organically, I picked up the French on Duolingo. Organically, I picked up the running. It wasn't me looking at a sheet or anything, it was just me thinking, I should probably start doing running again. So it's cases like that where I say I'm going to do something, and then unfortunately I never get around to doing it. And that is no fault of anyone but mine, obviously. And it's something I need to work on. So me saying this is me essentially putting out into the world that I need to make my goals more accessible and more obvious. And to do so, I'm going to start putting visual prompts everywhere. In my spaces, of course. I'm not going to invade anyone else's space with my visual prompts. But I'm going to put visual prompts everywhere, like with a lock screen thing for the gym. That was one of my goals. And it's actually helped me in a few instances where I've been in the shop and I've seen a chocolate bar and I thought, would this guy actually stand in the shop right now and go grab a chocolate bar? Or would he not, and would he just wait until the allocated food time? And I got my answer pretty quickly based on his physique. So, and for reference, it's Garu from One Punch Man, his physique, ridiculous physique. And yeah, that's what I've got on lock screen right now. So it's just things like that where I need small visual cues to remind me. Like for example, having I don't know if this is possible, to have your bank balance as a widget on your phone, so you can look at it every day and think, damn, I gotta work harder, I gotta grind. Those are the kind of things I need. Constant visual cues every single day that keeps me locked in, keeps me focused, keeps me dialed, and it keeps me on track. Because unfortunately in my brain I feel like there's so much going on, and this isn't an excuse, it's just a fact. Unfortunately in my brain I struggle to sleep sometimes because I'm just thinking and thinking and thinking. And I've said in previous videos, I'm a dreamer. I just dream about ideal scenarios. I just dream about perfect things that can happen in my life. And when I run, I just dream about becoming a UFC champion, things like that. And unfortunately, being a dreamer doesn't mean you become a doer. And you need to build that do-it mentality. And that's just something that I'm going to try and build and acquire over the course of these next 50 days. So that's that for my life. And I know when I edit this video, I'm going to look back over and think, you didn't say anything about this topic. Systems. I think it was systems. So, like I mentioned earlier, by putting visual cues, these are some of the systems I'm going to build. Things like checking in systems, things like general routine systems, and things like upload systems and content production systems. These are things that I need to build and acquire, and I know there are a lot of books on making systems. Things like, I believe it's Tim Ferriss's 4-Hour Workweek. That's for much later down the game, I feel like, but concepts in that book help you to build out your business. And obviously it depends what kind of business you have, but building out your business so that you put in the time you put in is as effective as possible, but you also are not doing everything at the same time. But when it comes to what I'm doing, I need to build up those skills before I start thinking about building new systems. But I need to have my systems in my life in place where I don't need to worry about, oh, have I made dinner because I didn't schedule that in, or things like that, and I'm too busy working on this goal to make this content or whatever, you know? So it's in a sense where I need to become as dedicated and locked in as possible so that my whole life is streamlined and I don't need to think about anything. It's either in front of me or I already know I need to do it, in the sense that I don't need to worry about anything life related or gym related. Everything that's all planned out, everything's done. And it does come back to planning, but at the same time, you fail to plan, or you plan so you don't fail. Something like that. I've said this before, I sort of know the saying. Yeah, if you don't plan, you fail. If you fail to plan, something like that. But basically, don't plan to fail, because you fail if you don't plan, essentially. So you need to plan, but you also need to have the same amount of do-it mentality and planning mentality at the same time, so that you can go on and achieve those great things. So yeah, that's currently my whole view and my current thoughts about where I am currently. And yeah, I'm just literally driving to the village. For something tells me this is a long video, and it really should be a long video because it is the 50th video of the series. But yeah, I feel like that's most things I want to talk about. Sorry guys, I'm fighting the urge. I've been holding a piss for about 20 minutes, so bear with me. I'm just doing Kegel exercises to hold it in. No, so it's not that bad. But yeah, regardless, those are just my current thoughts about what I want to achieve, things I want to set out, things I want to build during this next 50 days. And I think the best way to do it is to do it by each 50 days, because that's nearly 2 months, and you can grow a lot in 2 months. So that's my current plan. What the hell are they doing? Okay. So that's my current plan. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I definitely enjoyed talking about more intricate things I want to set up in my life. And yeah, I hope you have an amazing morning, an amazing afternoon, and an amazing evening, wherever you're on the world. And I will